So you've just purchased all this gear, you're ready to rock and roll. It's expensive. What is the best maintenance you can do to keep your gear lasting for years? Tune in, we got the answer. Thank you so much for coming back. We absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Look, we're trying to make it the best year ever for you and everybody around you. The more people you can surround yourself with in good, it's gonna make your life better. So keep passing that positivity. All right, sorry Gwen, I gotta get to the point. What are we doing today? We're covering gear maintenance. The most important thing is you've spent a lot of money on this stuff. How do I keep it longevity? How do I have my stuff last the longest? What should I do? Here we are, let's get to it. So, one super important tip that is kind of overseen a lot, but it's super duper important. That is, I go winging, you crash your kite all the time. You're winging, it's wet, it's in the salt water, it's wet. You come back, it's wet. You go to your car, it's wet. What do? Do I go home and I rinse it with a hose and fresh water? Negative. Never ever rinse your wing with fresh water. If anything, if it's wet from the salt water, just lay it out, let it dry. Water will actually mildew on it, so you don't want to rinse it off. If you're in fresh water, just make sure you lay it out, let it dry. Best thing you can do is just let it dry. Don't try to rinse it. I only know this because 20 years ago, when I bought my first kite, I rinsed that thing every single day, every piece of sand off it, and that thing lasted like 2 weeks. It was destroyed. So another very, very important tip is the sun. So when you're winging and you need a break, you're wiped out, you're like, man, I've had enough. Just deflate your wing, quick pack it up, put it into your bag, and just keep it out of the sun. Or take a tarp, do anything, cover it, get it out of the sun. The UV will absolutely eat away your wing and make it wear out faster. Next, when it comes to your hydrofoils and boards, personally, this is a little more personal preference, but I would say I like to rinse my stuff down, get the salt water off. That's just me personally. I actually carry this in the car, a little bit of water. If there's no shower near you, I just spray it down, spray my foils down, e-foils, regular foils, my gear, my harnesses, whatever it may be. You can also rinse off your feet. You can sip out of it. You could put alcohol in here. Just kidding, kidding, kidding. These are the things that I would do. Now, something very important is if you have an aluminum hydrofoil. So this is aluminum. I highly recommend taking any type of oil. You're just looking to put anything in your screws, whether it's on the wings, whether it's the attachments where you have aluminum on, we'll call it metal on metal, because you'll get corrosion. If you just leave it with salt water, you're gonna get corrosion. It'll seize up. I think it's called oxidation. Could be totally wrong. Feel free to leave a comment. But what I do know is they'll seize up and you can't get this off. So versus carbon, reason why I personally recommend carbon is you're not gonna have this issue. Carbon just won't have that corrosion or that bond and have it lock up on you. So that's just something to know about aluminum. Any type of oil, you just do a little dab, and I would do it a lot, and I would do it, always keep an eye on it. The other thing you can do is, if you don't have oil, is every time you're done, take your Allen or whatever it is to undo your foil and just undo it. Make sure you break the seal. That will help, prolong, hopefully, it from seizing up. But these are just things that, that hopefully can help you have your gear last longer. Now, another really important tip is wing covers. Always have your wing covers on here. Because as you can see, you're gonna wear out the sides. So the more you can do to keep your wings nice by just throwing some wing covers on. And if your foil did not come with wing covers, go buy a noodle at the store. You can slice it in half, slide the noodle over, duct tape it or use rope, and now you have a perfect basic cover Thanks to John Modica, who I think started that. But it's an easy way to cover your wings and make sure they don't get beat up. Same thing with the boards. Always put them in a board bag so you're not smashing them or dinging them when you're transporting them around. To me, those are some of the most important tips to have your gear last the longest. You know, the sun is the worst for sure. Just leaving this wing right here is just baking. So whenever you can, just take it down, hide it, put it away. Another super important tip with gear maintenance: don't ever let your friends use your gear. Zero. Nobody. I'm just kidding. We just lost like 1,000 subscribers. Look, it's all about sharing. Let people try this, learn this new sport. It's super awesome. So please let everybody try it. But no, yes, some people that don't know they're learning, they're for sure gonna, you know, work on your gear, but that was a joke. Let's go into how to fold up your wing. Turn it, angle it downwind. Now, a lot of people just go like this, stuff it into the bag. Now, I don't recommend that. So, what I would recommend, this is just personal preference, I try to take this leading edge, which is your bladder right here. And you can tell there's Dacron right here, and you can literally pull the whole leading edge flat. So I can take my bladder, which is the most important part, and I can either fold or I can roll. I personally will roll. I'm not too worried about this. This is just material down here. I'm worried about the bladders. So I'm literally gonna just roll or fold, but I'm making sure this leading edge is flat so that there's no kinks in my bladder. And once I have that nice and clean, I have a perfect line where literally my bladder is nice and flat, so there's nothing hurting it. The other thing is making sure you don't have any, you know, sharp shells or anything going inside here to puncture your bladder. Now I'm just gonna do the same thing with the other side. I'm gonna fold it, make sure that bladder is nice and flat. Now remember, if I have windows, I wanna make sure I'm not smashing those windows. So you wanna fold properly with windows. I'm gonna just fold that leading edge. I'm gonna go one more time. I'm gonna let that air come out. One more fold. So now I have my whole wing set up. I know my main bladder is as bestly rolled up as I can. Then, depending on your bag size, you can either do one fold, slide it into the bag, or you can do 3 folds and slide it into your bag. Now, I still have air in here, which you would just slowly get out. But to me, that's a nice, safe way to roll up your wing. If I had windows in this wing, say they're right here, I would just make sure, boom, window is flat. Now, 100%, my windows aren't being kinked or buckled. I highly recommend making sure you take care of those so that they last for the longevity of your wing. These are just some of my personal opinions to help you have your gear last longer. Look, the rinsing of your wing, totally up to you if you want to rinse it or not. I personally would say this is what I recommend. I highly don't recommend it. Just dry it out and move on. And feel free, if you guys have any important tips to help other people, please leave your comments below. Help everybody here. This channel, no joke, Gwen and I are doing this to just help others, period. So if you have insight or comments, or maybe I said something wrong, which for sure could happen, I apologize, but we're grateful for you guys. Leave the comments to help other people, because there's a lot of people right now looking for information. So the more we can help them, or the more you can help them with us, the better it'll be for everybody. All right, so we're gonna leave on a positive note. The positive note is Gwen, the rock star behind the camera, the other day learned how to walk the dog with his kite for the first time. It was super awesome, and I got more excited because I got to watch somebody, you give them some tips, Not saying it was my advice, he's super talented, but he went out and did it. It was awesome. And now he's working on front rolls, inverted front rolls with a kite. Look, life is about challenging yourself and learning something. So get out and learn something new. The wind is firing. We got umbrellas firing down the beach. So right now, pack up your stuff. An umbrella's gonna come hit us right about now. And pack your stuff up, go to the beach, learn something new, and tell your friends we're here to give you guys that life you've wanted. So get out there and live it. We're here to help. Leave those comments. Make sure to like and subscribe. We love you guys. Thank you. Dude, I went off on a tangent. You see the little hamster running in there? I know you did it. You caught it. I sit here. I act like I have a script, but really the hamster's just running. He's like, and it's like OCD, so he's like running, flipping, shooting out the ear, coming back.
One and only, doing the walk of shame, pulling a Kelly down the beach, the other Kelly move. Here he goes.
Look, he's not even sure how to grab the handle, the board.
He doesn't know.
He's still smiling though.
I'm a pro, I did this all the time.
He's still smiling.
Guys, this is amateur hour. Here, let me try. Hey guys, why is Gwen walking